SpiderDevice here. This video is going to be exclusive to the SpiderDevice site, so if you happen to be visiting the site, thank you for coming in and watching this. Let me just go ahead and show you what I wanted to show you today. Just a quick little update on the WDM4. I finished the CO2 adapter, and I'm just going to be starting on the new pressure vessel in just a moment. So let me go ahead and show you. The issue with the CO2 adapter before was that, first off, the 3/4 inch PVC, I've got a little piece of it here, is pretty much the same size as the rest of the pressure vessels, but I wanted to use it as a CO2 adapter as well, just to sort of keep it uniform. But the CO2 cartridges don't fit, so I had to sand out the inside. Then of course you have the issue of this sort of moving up and down when you actually get the CO2 cartridge in there. Like here's the actual piece that pushes the CO2 into the rest of the pressure vessels. Once you had the cartridge on there, it would sort of move up and down like this. It would be completely free to move, which was of course an issue in case it happened to pull up so hard that it pulled this part out. And you know, if there happened to be any sort of pressure issues and it pushed back on it, then it would break it. And I didn't want that to happen, so I decided I would build the complete adapter. Plus, the issue with the adapter is that when you put in the CO2 and you actually start shooting it out, it gets really, really cold. So I had to get something to protect my arm from the cold. Now there are some rubber sleeves that you can put on here, but that didn't really account for if there was an issue with the pressure building up and then shooting it back. So what I did is I took the 3/4 inch PVC and put this piece here on the top, just a little ring to make sure that it keeps itself in the top there. And I sanded out the inside so that the CO2 cartridge can actually fit in. Then I cut off the top of a water bottle and put it on there. So what it does is basically you take this and you put it into there, and then you can screw it onto there. Let me go ahead and do that really quickly. There we go. So once you've got it screwed on there, you can push it up. And see, the original issue is that this was sort of coming up and down like that. So what I wanted to do is contain it by using the cap, which you can then, once it's pushed up all the way, you can take the cap, screw it on like that, and while it can still rotate like this, it can't move up and down anymore. So that's going to keep it, just in case there is any pressure buildup, there should be at least some sort of blockage there to make sure it doesn't fly off the end, just in case this top part doesn't hold. Now then, of course, just to go over the rest of the concept of the shooter, you've got the main wrist unit here. One thing I really like about the WDM4 is that it's completely modular. That's why I'm not saying it's the WDM 4.0, but the WDM4, because then the 0.1 would be, you know, this here. The 0.2 would then be something where I just have the same main unit but different pressure vessels. That's why I'm keeping it completely modular. So basically, the main WDM 4.1 is going to be these 4 pressure vessels on the arm for the constituents, and then more pressure vessels for the catalyst. Now what's going to happen is the CO2 comes down through here, gets split up into the 4 different pressure vessels. One goes into the main one here, another one goes into another main one. This bottom piece comes down and splits into 2 to come into these 2 pressure vessels. Now those all operate on the GPM 3.0, and it pushes the formula out into this cross piece, which then comes up here, and you can then adapt it into the small piece on the inner part here, which then directly goes into the spinneret and comes up through here, comes out the directing mechanism, and is shot out. So just that there is the basic overview of the new part of the WDM 4.0. I had started this a little while ago, but I hadn't figured out the way to contain it fully, but now I've got it fully contained, and I'm starting on the pressure vessel today. With the WDM4, I'm going to be putting that, as well as all previous WDM concepts, into the WDM concept video, and the WDM4 is going to be the main subject of Project Update 5. Web Talks Episode 5 should be coming out either today or tomorrow. Hopefully I can actually get it edited today, but once again, it's going to be coming out pretty soon. But here's just the stuff I wanted to show you today, and look out for some more videos in the near future, both on the YouTube channel and here at the SpiderDevice site. And with that, that's all I really have to say. SpiderDevice out.